Mindy here, and I want to talk today specifically about keto, fasting, and estrogen. So if you're in my Resetter group, we're doing a lot of work right now. We're studying the Russian Woman Syndrome book, and super cool information in there. If you're not in my Resetter group, just put Resetter in the comment section and I'll invite you over. But this morning we were on chapter 5, and we were looking at what stress does to your estrogen and your progesterone levels. And I really honed in specifically on estrogen dominance. So if you're not familiar with estrogen dominance, this is probably the scariest hormonal imbalance you can have, because this is what leads to things like breast cancer, ovarian cancer. It can affect things like all kinds of hormones, but PCOS, all that can be affected by having these high levels of estrogen. And so what I'm finding a lot is that people hop on the keto diet, they start fasting because they want to balance these hormones out. But it doesn't always work like that. There's more complexity to hormonal issues than just hopping on a keto diet. Ketogenic diet is fabulous for speeding up the healing process. Think of the keto diet as your accelerated healing diet. Think of fasting as an incredible tool to tap into your body's own internal healing power. Those are fabulous, and I'm not telling you to not do those if you feel like you have a hormonal issue or if you know you have estrogen dominance. But if you are in that estrogen dominant state, you have to go deeper. You have to use more tools than just keto and fasting. So what I did is I listed out for my resetters 6 different things, actually 7 things, that cause estrogen dominance. And I want to explain to you, I want to break them into what will be helped with keto and fasting of these things and what you actually need to do some deeper detoxing with. So the first 4 are pesticides, beauty products, heavy metals, and what I call liver loaders. So liver loaders are like alcohol, medications, some things in our environment like some synthetic products, household cleaners, those are liver loaders. Those 4 causes of estrogen dominance will not be helped with keto and fasting. You can do all the keto and all the fasting until the cows come home, and you will not even begin to touch the damage that those 4 you can put them as toxins, will do to your body, okay? Then there are 3 more things that cause estrogen dominance. So your gut bacteria, you actually have bacteria in your gut that is supposed to help regulate estrogen. So if you have a lot of damage to your gut, then your estrogen levels can be off. And yes, keto and fasting is amazing for gut damage and amazing to get your bacteria, reset your microbiome of your gut. Chronic stress. So this is something about fasting that most people don't realize, which is when you go into extended periods of fasting, what ends up happening is you stimulate the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve will turn on your parasympathetic nervous system, which is the calming nervous system. So if you're under a lot of stress over a long period of time, then guess what? Fasting and even keto will be marvelous for calming your body. Any of you that have been doing extended fasts with my Resetter group, where we do like 3, 4, 5-day water fasts, you'll see by the end of the 5th day, you're super zen, you're super calm, because you've turned on the vagus nerve, you've turned on the parasympathetic nervous system. And that will help lower your estrogen levels. So that's another really helpful way to use keto and fasting for estrogen dominance. And then the last one is poor sleep. Now, I put this as the last one because if you're not sleeping, there's a really good chance that it's throwing your hormones out of balance. But what we find is, or what I always ask myself is, why are you not sleeping? What is it that's causing you to not sleep? And usually that's something going on in the pituitary hypothalamus area of the brain. So when you do keto and fasting, you start to produce more ketones, which goes up into the brain, and it will help heal the brain, which is great. But a lot of you are going to have to do something like a heavy metal detox, or you're going to have to go look at mold as a possible issue for what's up in the brain, throwing the pituitary off, throwing your sleep off. So I put that in both categories. So 7 things: pesticides, beauty products, heavy metals, liver loaders, gut microbiome, chronic stress, and poor sleep. all of those are causing your estrogen levels to go up. The ones that can be helped with keto and fasting are the gut microbiome, the chronic stress, and the poor sleep. The ones you're going to have to do some deeper detoxing with are the pesticides and the beauty products, all the environmental, the heavy metals. That's why we combine all three of those things in my practice. We're combining keto, fasting techniques, and all of this customized detoxing so that we can really start to address these hormonal issues at a root cause, really getting to the root cause, instead of just trying to put Band-Aids on it. So I wanted to leave that here for you guys. I know a lot of you are following me because you're, especially the women, are trying to figure out how to do keto and balance your hormones in perimenopause and menopause. And I cannot emphasize enough that women need to do keto differently. I can't emphasize enough that if you came to keto and fasting to get a hormonal change and you're not getting it, then you're going to have to look at some deeper detoxing. So reach out or go and look on my YouTube channel. I got a bunch on there about detoxing. We're here to help. But sometimes one or two tricks or one or two tools is not the answer. You've got to go digging deeper. And as I always say, you are born in a miracle. So please do not give up on this miracle that you were born in. It has an innate ability to heal. It wants you to be better. Your job is to be like a detective and figure out what's blocking it from healing. So please don't ever give up. And always, as from the bottom of my heart, I hope that helps.